Okay, the first question for you that I want to ask you. Do you often get sick?
Uh, no, hardly, hardly. Yes,
Yeah.
I guess like no, no,
Okay.
once a year. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
once a year, around
Yeah.
once a year.
Yeah,
Yes.
once a year. That's great. Okay. And is there anyone in your family who often gets sick?
Mm, no.
No? That's great. So friend,
Yes.
relative, no one?
Yes.
Friend.
No one. No
That's great.
one.
So you have a healthy family and a relative. That's great. Okay. And
Oh, no, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Actually, my family, we don't have a lot of, we don't get sick. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Okay. And okay, well, you have a cold. Imagine, what do you usually do when you're sick? You may, I don't know, uh, get ill, like have a cold, something like this.
Yes. Sometimes I have a headache,
Yeah.
and we have a fever.
Yeah.
Yes. Basically, sometimes I get sick, but it's a very very
Mm-hmm.
slight. I have a headache or a fever. Yeah.
So, and okay, and tell me, what do? You stay home, just rest, or
Oh,
no?
yeah,
Immediately
yeah. Just
call to actually doctor's assistant and ask for an appointment with doctor. What do you do?
yeah. No, just stay at home, and I have uh I have headache medicine, so I take it at home.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. And tell me, do you do the same for children when children are sick? Do you do the same?
Oh no. I will take them to the doctor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course you do.
Yes.
Well, now let me share the screen because I'm gonna write some things on the board. So, classroom. Okay, I think now you can see the board now. Well, let's learn some actual statement phrases related to actually maybe illness. Okay, how to express when we're sick and what phrases and what actually expressions can we use. So, the first thing normally you say, I'm sick. This is the
I'm
first thing
sick.
that actually comes to your mind when you're going to talk about your maybe illness. Say, I'm sick. But now, of course, you can divide this illness, sickness into different degrees. That means if you are very sick, I'm very,
Very,
okay, so that is important. What is this? Okay, so
very
I have a
sick.
really interesting
Oh,
keyword. Or you are a little. Ah, it's different. Or a little sick.
yeah.
Or extremely. You can say a little extremely is another. Extremely sick. I'm extremely sick. So you
Extremely
can
sick.
say, yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Or I am, kind of sick. I feel,
I have sick.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of sick. Okay. So, or you can say, I am actually terribly, so um
Oh,
terribly, yeah,
terribly. Yeah.
sick. Yeah,
Terribly
of
sick.
course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can say something like this, or you can actually replace the verb be with feel. You can say, I feel,
Yeah.
sick. So I
I
feel
feel
sick.
sick.
Or of
Okay.
course, I feel very sick or I feel kind of sick. So instead of be, you can use feel, and it's not bad, of course. And there is a common expression when you want to say, I'm very sick. I know, accept my
Very
apologies. This is,
yeah.
something like a really common expression. So let me teach you. Say,
Yeah.
I'm sick as a dog. It means
As a
I'm
dog.
very, yeah. As a dog, it means I'm very sick. When
Very
you
sick.
can't feel,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the verb that can be used for cold, flu, and for example, stomach ache, maybe backache. Okay, we use I have. I have
Yeah.
a fever, for example.
Have a fever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a fever. Or for example, I have, just for flu, I say I have the flu.
The
They're
flu.
different. So I
Okay.
have the flu. I have a stomach ache. I have a
Uh,
headache. I have a backache. So for all the
okay.
pains you may use for all the parts of body, if you have headache, backache, or for example, stomach, you say eh. About flu, you say I have the flu. And for fever, of course, you use eh. So actually, there's something that you use. And we another phrase, something like, for example, idiom, a common idiom that you can use when you're sick. We normally say, on the weather. I'm on the weather. It means I'm sick, not
Wow.
very sick. If you're very sick, you say, I'm sick as a dog. But if you're sick, you say, I'm on the weather, you can say. And of course, you can use the word ill. Instead of sick, you can use the word ill, but
Ill.
sick is actually used much more often than word ill. So sick is more common than ill, but you can use both of them no matter. And of course, when you, for example, uh, we have something like, I feel this expression, I feel terrible. So
Terrible.
what does it
Yeah.
mean? Actually, this expression can have two meanings, two different meanings. Okay.
Yeah.
When the first one, we can use it to show that we are sick. I feel terrible. It means, I am sick. I have, for example, I have the flu. I feel terrible. And the second one, we can use it to show that we feel sorry about something you
Yeah.
know we
Terrible.
regret something when you do something badly, and of course you regret, you feel sorry, say I feel terrible. So if you're
Terrible.
sick or you feel
Okay.
sorry, you can use for both condition and situation. And now we have another phrase. It's not bad. I have calmed down with something.
Come down.
With something. Okay, I calm down with something. We use this, actually, the phrase calm down with, to say that actually we have become sick. We use the word something when we are not sure what is illness. For example, I don't know what's the problem. But I have calmed down with something. I feel sick, but I don't know what's the matter, what happened to me, with something. Yeah, when you're not sure. Or if now, for example, I know I have a cold. I know I can say, I have calmed down with a cold. I have
Yeah.
calmed down with the flu. So if you add your illness, your sickness at the end after with. But if you don't know what's the problem, what the problem is, what the actually maybe illness is, you say just with something. No, I don't know
Yeah.
what it is. Of course, you can use. And sometimes, actually, you want to say that you are not sure, but you're not feeling well, but you're not sure
Yeah.
if you're sick or no. You can say, I might be, yeah, I might, for
Right.
example, becoming, okay, down. What is this? Becoming down, for example, with something, because I don't know. So I
Mm.
might be coming down with something. It means I'm not sure. I'm not feeling well, but I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm sick or no. So I might be coming down with something, you can say. And instead of I have a cold, you can say I've caught a cold. You can say,
Caught a cold. Yeah.
yeah, of course. I've caught a cold, you can say
A cold.
something, of course. When you
Oh,
actually, we use the verb catch when talking about something, becoming sick. When we become sick, we say we catch a cold. I
catch a
became.
cold.
Okay, so I have caught a cold. It means I've became or become, okay?
Yeah.
It's something like this. And now you can say, of course, catch or have. It's no matter. And of course, we have another phrase. It's not bad. Caught a bug. Okay, you can say, I caught a bug. What does it mean? Actually, it's something like slang for illness. Instead of illness, we can use bug. Okay, something like virus. For example, if we're going to talk about a virus, or for example, an illness, you can say bug. I caught a bug. It means I caught the virus. You can say something.
Virus. Yeah.
Yeah. And the other phrase is like, I'm not feeling very well. Just good. Okay, let me say something about good and well. So
Yeah.
sometimes you hear that someone says that, for example, I don't feel good or I don't feel well. What's the difference? When we say I don't feel good, it means, for example, something you may experience that before. You wake up in the morning and you don't feel in mood. You're not in mood. Just, it's not something about illness, just mentally.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
tired. I don't want to go to work. This is good. I don't feel
Yeah.
good. It means there is
Yeah.
nothing, but mentally, I don't know. I'm not in mood. So I like,
Yeah.
but I don't feel well or I'm not feeling well. This is about illness. When you have a cold or something,
Yes.
yeah, of course, you say, I'm not feeling. Or you can say, I think I'm going to be sick. It means, it's just something like, I can expect, something like this, that, I'm going to be sick because I have maybe something like fever, so I can understand, or I don't know, I have sore throat, so I'm going to be sick, something like this.
Yeah.
And I have some symptoms maybe to show that I'm going. So you can use I'm going or I'm getting, of course, I'm getting this, I'm sure I'm getting sick, something like this. So I have sore throat, I know I had a cold. Okay.
Okay.
Good. So there are some useful phrases that you can use to talk about, maybe illness or sickness. Any questions?
Okay.
Okay.
No.
What is, I'm
No.
sorry, but let me change this. What is this? My keyboard is really good.
No.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course. Sometimes my keyboard
Oh,
types itself. So sorry, and I can't check
no. Don't
all the
mention it.
time. Okay,
Don't
so I
mention it.
caught a bug. Bug is virus.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going. Well, with the book, let's get started on the book. And let's talk about some
And
sickness. And of course, some
sickness.
illnesses, headache, most common, normal, and backache. Yeah, have you ever
Back.
experienced backache?
Back at.
Have you ever experienced it?
Yes. Sometime.
Yeah, of
I
course,
don't know
it's
why, but yeah.
yeah,
I had back
it's
at.
too
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah.
And stomachache. So,
Yes.
of course, stomachache. And cold, or
Cold.
of course, it's
Okay.
normal. And flu, different
Low.
from cold.
Yeah.
Fever,
Fever.
of
Yeah.
course, fever. cough. You know the
Cough.
meaning of cough, of
Okay.
course. Normally, when you have a cold, you actually cough.
Cough.
And yeah, runny nose.
Runny nose.
It's
Runny
too
nose.
bad, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another one, sore throat.
Sore
Yeah,
throat.
of course, when you feel
Yeah.
pain in your throat, a sore throat and symptom of cold. And of course, you
Yeah.
need to take some medicines, pills or medicine when you
Yeah.
feel ill or you
Yeah.
don't feel well. Okay. We have
Okay.
some words. Now it's your turn to make some sentences using these words. It's your turn.
Okay. Um. Uh, in spring, I usually have uh runny nose because of high fever.
Mhm. Of
Mm,
course.
yeah. Mm,
Next one. And as you know, we use the verb have or has, of course, for runny
yeah.
nose.
Yeah.
I have runny nose, okay? And
We have and so we have flu. We usually have flu in winter.
hmm,
Yeah.
of course,
Um. Had it. Had it. Had it.
headache.
Uh, had it. Uh, sorry. I have. I have a headache when I feel stressful.
Hmm.
Stressful. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, when I feel
Yeah.
stressed, stressed, stressed.
Stress.
Yeah, of course.
Stress.
When you feel stressed, of
Stress.
course,
I feel stressed.
your
Yeah.
job is stressful, or your job is
Oh,
stressful,
okay.
you feel stressed, of course.
Stress.
Yeah,
Stress.
of course. And
Um, you should uh, you should take a day off if uh,
mhm,
if you have a fever.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course, of course. And of course, I
Uh,
wrote, something on the board, if you can see, book an appointment with doctor. We normally book, for example, we call and we try to book an appointment with
okay.
doctor when it means meeting, when we, I don't know, have problem issues or maybe actually health problem issues, we book
Yeah.
or we
We
make
both.
an appointment. So if we want
Yeah.
to call and ask, we book and we make an appointment with doctor. And
Yeah.
the other words,
Oh, so, oh, so, mm, okay. Okay. Uh, I made an appointment with doctor because I have a high fever.
yeah, of course. And
And, mm,
and the word symptom.
symptom. Mm,
Yeah, of
yeah,
course. Sometimes we have symptoms of disease or illness. It means some physical signs, like
yeah.
fever,
That's
sore
fine.
throat, something like this. So
Yeah,
they call it
yeah,
symptoms.
yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm. Um, uh, the symptoms uh, uh, in a string, if you have symptoms of cough and a runny nose, mm, it might it might it may be maybe
Mhm.
you have hmm,
Yeah, of course. If you see some
maybe
symptoms, you feel some
some symptom
symptoms.
some
Hmm.
symptom of cough or runny nose is maybe you have a high fever.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And we have another word that's not bad to know. Of course, you may know this prescription. If you know, it's a piece of paper that normally, doctors write with, what medicines you need to take when
Prescription.
you're ill. So this is prescription. So it's not bad. The doctor's
Uh,
prescription. Yeah, of course. So when you go to doctor,
uh,
yeah, you get.
when you go, okay, when you go to doctor, uh, say, okay, you should, you should follow doctor prescription.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Prescription. Yeah, of
prescription.
course. Of course. And if you want to know, for example, we use prescription with preposition for. For example, I want a prescription for, I don't know, sleeping pills. Okay, so for example, doctor gave me a prescription for example, cough. Okay, so for coughing, something like this. So prescription for something. Right. Okay. And okay, normally you get your medicines, of course, from a pharmacist.
Pharmacy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pharmacist is a person, pharmacist, okay?
Okay.
Doctor
Yeah.
who gives you your maybe
Mm,
medicines from, of course, a prescription is pharmacist. Pharmacy is a place,
pharmacy.
something like
Oh,
drugstore, but it's a
pharmacist.
difference. Okay, there is a difference between drugstore and pharmacy. Okay, well, so let's talk about actually some, structure of maybe giving, I don't know, when you want to give advice or maybe some obligations, okay, you use imperative. And what is imperative? It means you need to put the base or infinitive without through, of course, the base form of the verb at the beginning of your sentence in order to make maybe advice, obligation. For example, sit down, go out, don't do
Oh,
this, don't talk. Okay. And this imperative sentence can be affirmative, it means positive or negative. Affirmative, that is
yeah.
really easy. For example, try to drink. It means, or drink water. It means, okay, this is affirmative, positive, advice, recommendation, suggestion, or sometimes
Yes.
obligation. And sometimes it can be negative. For example, don't stop, don't park here. No, there are some negative obligations. Don't, for
Yeah.
example, drink alcohol. Okay, there's something like this. So we can use an affirmative or negative to give advice, recommendations, suggestion, or sometimes obligations. Okay, now let's talk about something that we need to do or something that we don't need to do when we're ill, okay? And try to make some imperative sentences using different words, let's get started.
Okay. Um,
For example,
Alfred.
I have a headache.
Uh, don't drink tea or coffee.
Okay, don't
You
drink
shouldn't.
your,
Yeah,
yeah, of course, don't drink.
don't drink.
And
Yeah,
just when you say you shouldn't is not imperative. Imperative is, based from a verb at the beginning, just don't drink. This is imperative. But
don't
you
drink.
shouldn't, of course, this is a normal advice, okay? And
Yeah.
I have stomachache.
Uh, Go to the hospital for an X-ray.
Okay. And I can sleep well.
Drink warm water and try not eat spicy food.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
really? It works. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Really? If you can't sleep well, you need to drink warm water and try not to
Warm
eat
water.
spicy. Yeah, really?
Mm.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Have you ever tried something, for example, I don't know, when you had a cold or when you were sick, have you ever experienced something, maybe a way that you thought, actually, yeah, it works definitely perfect, and you want to recommend it, to others?
When I can sleep well, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I just put my leg in hot water.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's good for
Yeah, really? Does
the
it work? I heard this from somewhere. I'm not sure who told me that if you have a headache, if you put your leg, in, I don't know, in a warm water, hot water, it works. And does it work really?
yeah.
I need to try it.
And, and for my, let's say, I uh, when you have headache, when you have headache, try to put salon pass in your
Yeah.
let's say what to say here,
Forehead, your forehead.
forehead, yes,
Yeah.
salon pass. Yeah.
Right. So
it,
I need to try. Okay. So
it it yeah, it work for me. Yeah.
yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Maybe next session I will tell you the result. I will check it. Of course. So next session I will tell you the result. Yeah, of course. Well, well. Okay. Now, let me ask another question. Okay. If you wake up in the morning and you feel very, I can terrible, and you say, okay, I need to go to work. Maybe you have a really important appointment with someone. You
Yeah.
can't stay home, take rest. You need to go. Okay, what will you do? Do you call and cancel your appointments? Or no, you go to work and try to do something? Or no, first you try to delay your appointment and book an appointment with doctor and then go to work? Which one?
Okay, it depends on the situation, but I think I should go to the doctor first.
Hmm.
The first thing I think I should go to the doctor.
And then, of course, then you back to
Yeah,
work.
work back to work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Very good. And let me ask another question. Actually, there is maybe an idea. And some people believe that if you eat some, healthy food, you won't get ill. So the more healthy food you eat, the less actually, I don't know, ill you get. So something like this. So what do you think?
Oh, yes, it's a good news. It's a good, yeah,
Yeah, of
I
course.
think it's a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So you think it works? You think, or no? Do you agree?
Mm, mm. So you're talking, we're talking, we if we eat some healthy food, and we get less of illness, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Oh, no, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because there are many kind of illness.
Yeah.
You cannot improve just by food.
Yeah. So it's different. And let me ask you another question. Why or people who are living in countryside, maybe cottage or I don't know, suburbs are healthier than people who live in cities? Why?
Um, I think hmm, maybe the circumstance is better than the city, and maybe they have mm, and maybe they get they, maybe they are not stressful compared with the city people. Yeah.
Hmm. Of course. And well, of course, I have another question. Just I'm going to talk about maybe the actually the effects of uh, climates and of course maybe the nature. So just after this
Sure.
dialogue, let's read them and then we'll talk about them later. Okay. Good morning.
Okay.
What's the matter? I'm doctor. So you Mark.
Okay.
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 So good morning. What's the matter?
Well, doctor, I feel really terrible. I have a cough and a runny nose.
Mhm. And how long have you had this problem?
A few days, I cannot sleep well at night.
And do you have a sore throat?
Kind of. It hurts a bit every time I talk or eat something.
I think you have a flu. It's nothing to worry about, but you should take some rest. Walking too much can make you feel more terrible. I'll give you some medicine for the flu. Take it 3 times a day after meals, and you will get well soon.
Is there anything I shouldn't eat?
Yeah, you shouldn't eat seafood and chicken. Try to eat more fruits and vegetables and drink a lot of water. Remember to take some rest. It's very important.
Thank you very much, doctor.
You're welcome. And yeah, really, you know, I thought that when, especially for flu and cold, I thought chicken is really good, especially chicken soup. And
Oh, really?
Doctor said
Yeah.
no.
Chicken.
Yeah, do you agree? We
Yeah.
know something like this. Chicken soup is really
Oh,
good for flu and for cold, but doctor said no. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, of
Okay.
course. Science
That's
is
nice.
changing day by day. Every day we learn something new. Yeah, of course, they're changing their mind all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Well, just about you're welcome. You're welcome is really good, but so we can say anytime instead of you're welcome. Anytime. Why not?
Anytime.
Yeah, of course,
But
anytime. Can be used instead of you're welcome.
oh, yes.
And okay, so now we're gonna make some actually sentences, interrogative, affirmative. Okay, just let's learn the structure of sentence first of all. An affirmative sentence normally has actually a structure that is really easy. We have subject or subject pronoun. The person who does an action is subject. And then
Yeah.
we have verb, and of course, we have object, we have maybe sometimes adverb of place, adverb of time. Okay, and we put them in a correct order one by one. Now, if we want to have actually we want to make a WH question, we need to put WH at the beginning of sentence. Then if we have auxiliary or modal, do, does, did, can, could, should, after that subject and the other part of the verb. If we don't have auxiliary or modal and we have be or to be, we need to put to be after WH. Okay, so the
Okay.
first one, would you make a question or interrogative sentence?
What's the matter? What is
And
the matter?
yeah, what is the matter? And patient.
Patient. I feel terrible. I have a sore throat.
Next one.
Okay. Uh, how long? How long have you? Hmm, How long? How long have you had the problem? About a week. Uh, can I have a look? It's very painful. I'll give you some medicine. Um, try take a lot of rest and take try take some rest and take a lot of water.
Try to drink a
Like
lot of